there, ghosts and ghouls. Warlock here, and today I'm reviewing the webcomic Nimona. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right. It's Nimona, I call it Nimona, and that's what I'm calling it in this. If I'm wrong, send me a thing in the description, or I mean the comment section, and yell at me for saying it wrong, okay? Okay. Now, Nimona is a webcomic by Noelle Stevenson, but you can't find it really on the internet anymore. On her site that used to post it, you only can get the first few. Now, because it has been published in book form, and you can find this book in UL, I will have some links in the description if you're interested. It is also, I'm jumping on this before this comes out, so people will look at my video when it does, going to be made into a movie by 20th Century Fox Animation. So, hopefully they do it justice. Now, Nimona is a webcomic that loosely reminds me of Adventure Time in the art style and the way the world is. Other than that, it's really not. Nimona also does something very unique as a webcomic, or comic now. It takes place in its own world. It's not a pre-set up world. It's not a based off our world. It's its own unique world. Now, Nimona is about a girl named Nimona. She is the sidekick to a villain named Blackheart. And Blackheart as a villain is not quite what you would expect. He is a very honorable, a very calm, a very good person, but he's been forced into villainy, which is unusual. He doesn't act like that. And his arch enemy is named Ambrosius. Ambrosius. I'm pretty sure it's Ambrosius. I actually have the book here. I got it from my library. They had 2 copies, and I got one so I could reread it. But his arch enemy is Ambrosius, a very proud, very arrogant knight, whose whole deal is he wants to fight Blackheart and prove he's better. And Blackheart wants to be the one to kill Ambrosius, and they're always in a stalemate. But there's a reason for that, and I'll get into that later. Nimona is a very hot-headed, very, at the same time, relaxed girl. She has the ability to shapeshift into anything, but it's always a red-headed thing, or red-scaled, or whatever. Which annoys Blackheart because he says her powers make no sense scientifically. Which is actually hilarious. She always changes her story how her powers came to be. And near the end of the comic, there is a big thing of what she actually may be and why she was never straight with what her powers were. I won't tell you that. I'll let you find that out if you decide to read this. Now, the characters are well done. Like I said, Blackheart is a very honorable knight. He has a strict honor code. He's very cunning. He's very intelligent, a great fighter. He has a robotic arm, so he is awesome in my view. But he's not a traditional bad guy. He feels a lot more like a Dr. Doom than a maniacal bad guy. Dr. Doom doing what he does to help the world in his own way. While Blackheart is the same thing. Now, and him and Nimona play perfectly off each other. He's a very strict teacher, very strict boss, but he's very caring. He doesn't force her to do anything she's not comfortable with, but he gets mad at her for killing just randomly. To him, the guards guarding enemy bases, protecting things, aren't the enemy. They're not doing anything wrong. To him, they are just hired guards. They are doing what they see as right, and it just may get in his way. So he would rather knock them unconscious, only killing as a last resort. Well, Nimona is up to, I'm just gonna kill everything style. And it annoys him. Now, the true bad guy is actually the boss of the good guys. She is called the director, and she is a very kind of evil bad guy. She's secretly doing all this stuff. Basically a Nick Fury. That is the best way I can give her. She is cold, she's calculative, but she's doing what she does because it helps in the long run, even if it's evil. The world it has is a very interesting world. It's a knight-based world, medieval style, but with futuristic technology. As I said, Blackheart has a robotic arm, but he's a knight, which is very interesting. There's dragons flying around. There's witches. There's all this stuff. But there's also science. There's lasers. There's cannons. There's airships. And it's a very unique feel on a world. And I find this more interesting for the world more than anything else they have. And I like that. It's just a brilliant take on this. Now, there is some interesting things, such as Blackheart and his rival's relationship. They claim they want to kill each other. And Blackheart gives the reason. This is early in the story, so I'm not really giving you any spoilers. That the reason he wants to kill Ambrosius, is because they used to be young knights together. They were in a jousting competition, and he won. Well, their jousts were also cannons, and Ambrosius goes off and blows off Blackheart's arm, making him impossible to be a knight. And Ambrosius becomes the next high knight. And he claims Ambrosius did it on purpose, because Ambrosius hates to lose. But Ambrosius has always claimed it was an accident. He has always stood by that I did not do this on purpose. But he seems to like that Blackheart is his rival, that Blackheart is his enemy. At the same time, he seems to find joy in fighting Blackheart, and that's his purpose in life, is to fight Blackheart and always outdo him as the noble warrior. Well, Blackheart wants to kill Ambrosius for taking everything away from him and showing the corruption that is secretly in the government, which is an interesting way of doing it. Again, but the two characters also seem to still be friends. They talk to each other, friends, almost as if they're secretly kind of in love with each other, which is a very interesting way to how it is. And that is kind of unique unto the story. But all in all, it really focuses on Nimona and Blackheart's relationship. He treats her like a daughter almost. They even have some very sweet Christmas issues and some just very sweet in-between moments between the two. But all in all, she isn't what she appears. She's not a teenage shape-shifting girl. She may be something very old, very powerful, and very ancient that was thought to have been killed long ago. And in the end, you never really find out why she's decided to make Blackheart her teacher. Why she's decided to do all this. What is she really after? Is she after family? Maybe someone that she sees as like herself. The questions at the end of the story are so plentiful. You're never 100% sure what was really going on. What was really it with Nimona? And as someone, as the namesake of the comic, and do you think would be the main character, she's so mysterious, and she's not. The main character really falls on Blackheart. Blackheart, and I think the story's named Nimona, more on Blackheart trying to figure out who Nimona is, what Nimona is, and his relationship with Nimona. All in all, it is a great story. Now, the artwork, on the other hand, while it's not bad, it is far from bad. It reminds me a lot of Adventure Time or Gravity Falls art style in a way. There's a lot of drawings up like that, especially how they make the children look. One of the little girls, Nimona as a little girl in a flashback, reminds me a lot of Mabel, just the way she looks. But at first, the first couple of chapters aren't great, and you can tell the woman writing this hadn't got into the swing of it, but as it goes, her drawing really cleans up. It looks better, the action scenes look better, the art looks better, everything just looks better. And it's amazing to watch how it is. And in the long run, I would say this is an amazing story. It's one I stuck through and read all the way to the end 3 times in my life. I mean, it's great. I'm thinking of buying this for my shelf of comics. I mean, I don't have many, but this is one I really want to get. It's amazingly written. It's funny when it needs to be, but it's dark and serious, and it leaves a lot of questions. It leaves a lot open for a second one, although I don't know if she ever will, because some things, even if they have questions at the end, are best when they end. It just wouldn't work as a second one, and this may be one of those. They give you a bit of closure at the end, but they're never full on it. Now, I'm looking forward to this. It's supposed to be coming out in 2020 as a movie by 20th Century Fox. And I hope they do this justice. They don't make this into some kind of pure comedy. They don't try and dumb it down for kids. It is an amazing comic. Even my daughter likes flipping through this. She likes the way it looks. She likes the way the characters look. And she thinks it looks good. So I'm hoping maybe other people do too. I hope you enjoy this. And as a comic, I do suggest it. It's great. It's bright colors. It's just good art. It's good story. And I give this a solid watch. Now, solid read. I've been doing animation reviews, so I can confuse those for once. But if you have anything to say about it, leave me something in my comments down below. I really want to hear from you, and I want to hear your point of view on this comic. Or if you want to insult me, insult away. I am ready to hear it, because it means you still viewed my fucking video. So, ha! But until then, if you want to hear more, I do reviews of webcomics and animation every Sunday. I also do some reviews of actual comic books and of video games. I try and do those on Thursday if I have something to review, or I'll just review a My Little Pony episode on Thursday. But if you want to hear some spooky stories from me, every Tuesday I upload some nice horror story narrations just for my lovely fans. But until then, this has been Warlock Boo, hoping to be spoken y'all later. Bye.